Today we're doing the Whatever Floats Your Boat STEM Challenge. Your objective is to build a boat made out of aluminum foil and get it to float on top of water. Once getting it to float on top of water, you add pennies to see how sturdy it is and how many pennies your boat can hold. Once you do the first boat, then we're going to record it. And then once we record it, we'll build a second boat to see if you have learned anything from the first boat that can be implemented into the second boat for the challenge. So,
for the first boat, I chose to just use aluminum foil and the 2 straws, and I didn't use the bag at all. I don't know if it's probably hard to see, I've got the straws up in around the rim here to try to help give it extra flotation. So this is test 1. We'll see how it goes. And we're floating.
So he did the first step, which was build your boat. Then he has completed the second one, which is get the boat to float.
10,
the third one is to add pennies.
20.
So he's on 20 pennies.
30. 40. 50.
Oh.
60. And it's taking on water. Slowly. 60 is all we got.
60.
It's getting ready to sink.
So 60 pennies was the first attempt. So the materials that he gets to build a boat, or each student gets to build a boat. So you have the plastic shoebox that contains water, and you fill it up 3/4 of the way with water. You then also get a piece of heavy-duty aluminum foil that's 14 inches long, 2 straws, and a plastic backing. And with those, you can make your boat, and you can use all or just some of the materials. So you don't have to use all the materials, but you're more than welcome to. So the first time with the first boat, he only used the aluminum foil and the straws was all that was used.
This time,
So
I think what I'm going to do is...
with the first boat, what did you see as the issue?
There really wasn't... It wasn't real big. I built the walls real high to try to keep the water out, and that worked. But I think if I can spread the surface area of the boat out, then the pennies will spread out.
The weight will be even.
The weight will be more distributed, and I think it will add more buoyancy. So, let's see. The key is I still want it to be as big as possible on the bottom.
So you built more of a kayak the first time, and this time you're building more of a raft.
This is a barge.
Yeah, it's a raft. And how come you're building the walls high, did you say?
Just don't want the water to overrun. The weight will eventually sink below the water level, even if it's still technically floating. And once it's overrun with water, the weight will become too much, and it will no longer be buoyant.
Okay, so we got all of his pennies counted back out. We went through the directions, what materials were provided. I think that's everything. He has a time limit of 18 minutes.
I feel like I'm probably pushing this time limit here. Okay.
And then we do add the pennies in increments of 10. And we have a total of 270 pennies. And he got to 60 last time. So
I put a bag on the inside this time, and I covered the edges. So I'm thinking maybe it'll be enough to keep this puppy afloat here.
And you filled the bag with air. And did you use the straws to hold up the sides or anything this time?
I thought about using the straws. It didn't work out too well last time, so
you're just trying to keep it light.
The straws got left out. Let's see.
Okay.
And we're floating.
So we built the boat, we're floating, and now we're adding pennies. 10.
10.
20. 30,
Hey, it's much better.
40, 50. As of now, he has stacked them all in the middle.
60.
Is there a reason why you're stacking them?
No, I just thought maybe it would push the edges up. I want to try to get it evenly distributed out.
70. 80. 90. 100. 110.
Point.
130. 140. 150. 160. 170.
Oh no! I'm taking on water.
So we got to 170 that second time. So improved by 110 pennies. Do you see a problem with the second boat that you could fix maybe if you had a third try?
Yeah, I think it was probably too big to put the straws up around the rim. But I think if I could have had the walls a little taller, like it spaced out a little more, and really defined the edges, then I could have more balanced it out. And also the way I placed the pennies.
Yeah,
I
maybe
thought I was spacing it out more, but then when it started going down, I looked and this side was raised real high, and this side was
so maybe
was
if you
lower
like
down.
made the edges a little bit
more defined.
more defined and created more of
even.
a vessel,
Yeah.
and then you
I think the key is even spacing throughout. Like if you went through an even spaced, I bet
all the
I could have
pennies.
got all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your second boat was much better than your first boat. So
I'll
good
take
job.
an
You
Teacher.
can have an A.
Thanks
You
for
can
that.
have an A. So the first try that we did, I think that the original not using of the plastic baggie to kind of create a flotation device, I think that really helped in the second round. And the student realized that they needed something to hold the boat up to help it float, to counteract the weight of the pennies when those were added. So once compensating for the weight, and then I think also on the second one, making a more defined rim to kind of hold out the water and hold the pennies into the boat and give it more of a structure. So maybe just taking more time creating the vessel would have also proved beneficial. I thought this was a really good activity. The directions were really self-explanatory. The different steps, so there was 5 steps. I think the recording, I think if this would be a better one to do in a group, so that way one person could build, the other person could record, and then they could flip-flop. So that would be a really good thing to do with this STEM activity. But I think it was a lot of fun. I think it would make children really engaged in learning about flotation and mass and distribution of weight and different items that you could discuss with them as they went, and also being able to discuss it with another individual in their group would really help. But I know that I learned something in this activity, and I think my husband / the student did too. But yeah, I think a time limit of 18 minutes is really good because they can do the first boat, learn from that one, and then implement what they found to be beneficial and unbeneficial, and then fix it in their second boat. So this is a really fun activity, and I look forward to doing it with kids in the future. And that's just my reflection on the STEM activity. And so that's everything. Thank you.